Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
Spencer.
I'm Scar.
Ooh, and this is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk about the newest expansion for Disney's Sorcerer's Arena, Epic Alliances Leading the Charge. I'm really excited about this one because it's got Scar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Scar.
Yeah.
okay, I get it. Elsa, Buzz, also very cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're in here.
But we know what the selling point is.
They have some really interesting abilities and are going to give you some versatility when you're building your teams and everything. But Scar, holy crap, Scar! Scar, I think, is the most excited I've been since the Horned King from the Thrills and Chills.
Oh yeah, last one.
Yeah, from the Black Cauldron.
Oh yeah.
Because Scar, well, first off, if you haven't played Sorcerer's Arena, go back and check out our Sorcerer's Arena videos. We've been covering all of them. But so this one, we're just going to basically highlight like some of the new things that these guys bring to the table.
Yeah. This is not going to be a how to play.
No, it's not. But so, well, let's go through the ones.
Let's talk about how to play really quick. No.
Yeah, let's do that. No, so Buzz Lightyear is sort of like he's mobile, does a lot of range attacks.
There's a lot of pingy attacks,
Yep.
a lot of little things, and a lot of area effect.
Yes.
He's got his little laser. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, just ping them to death.
Yes, and that's really handy because if you're playing with somebody that's going to sit on top of the, like you don't want to put Buzz on like those crown spaces to get you the points because that's not his strength. I guess unless he's like fighting everybody off before they can get there. But and then you got Elsa. Elsa can freeze people or make people like not move. You know, she also has the invulnerable, so she can give herself a shield, which essentially that just works where they could soak a damage and then
one hit.
So one hit, the shield's gone.
She also has a lot of scrying.
A lot of scrying, a lot of going through her deck,
And
right?
moving really far.
And moving really fast. Like she's got a card that's literally like you move 4 spaces.
Well, she rides that water horse.
It's huge. And then if she's on a crown space, you can reveal the top card of your deck, and then if it's not a magic card, you can draw it.
Oh, real quick, when you upgrade Buzz, he does an every turn hit.
Oh yeah, the unshakable determination.
When you upgrade Elsa, it's a one-time effect.
Yep.
Yes. Well, it goes to range 2 immobilize, so that's good. I mean, it makes that ability better.
You want to time it.
And then Scar has a constant ability constantly.
That's new.
Whether he is upgraded or not. But so Scar's like, this is so, they just did Scar so well. Because Scar has this card.
Oh, man.
Treacherous Plot.
It's my new favorite card in the whole game. I'll tell you that.
I'm just going to read the card to you. I'm just going to read the card to you because this is amazing. So you're going to deal 5 damage to an adjacent non-token character. So that means yours or an opponent's. 5 damage is a lot. That's a big hit. Their summoner will gain 3 victory points, whether that is you or somebody else. If the damaged character was on a crown space, you're getting an extra victory point for that, right? And if you KO your ally doing this, you gain an extra action phase. So you get to go again.
Crazy.
And then on top of that, Scar has this skill, Opportunist, so you can discard a movement card from your hand to move any adjacent character 1 space. And if that character was on a crown space, move Scar onto that space.
Yeah.
So he just switches places like, I'm here now. And then on top of that, his constant ability is Oppressive Rule. So if he's on a crown space, whenever a rival would recover health, they recover 1 less. I mean, okay, look. Buzz and Elsa are super cool. I don't want to sell them short. But Scar, holy crap, Scar.
What's his upgrade?
Scar's upgrade is Control the Pride Lands. At the beginning of your ending phase on Scar's turn, you may discard any action card from your hand to deal 2 damage to each rival character on a crown space.
Dang.
Yeah, obviously,
tough.
the wish to be king has a lot to do with the crown
It's
spaces,
good to be king.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, Scar is very cool. I mean, dude, you want to kill your ally
Can we all play as
and
Scar?
become king to get the most points out of Scar. That is so cool, dude.
It's so Scar.
so Scar.
Well,
that is so well done, guys.
But that card also, like, I mean, 5 damage is a lot of damage.
No, yeah, it's a bunch.
So, like,
But
you're gonna, but you're also giving them victory points if you hit your
if you
opponent.
hit an opponent, right? Because again, if you hit your own guy or whatever, whichever you hit, 4 points is a
Or it's
fifth
3. Sorry,
of
I said
your-
4, but it's 3.
Right, but and then if they're on the crown, it's the
Oh,
fourth,
yeah.
right? So if you can pull that off, that's a fifth of your victory points, right? Isn't it to 20?
yeah.
Yeah, freaking brain fart.
you
But that's
figure
a
out
that's
that.
a fifth of your victory points in one card play. You know, that's man.
And if you kill your own character,
go
your
again.
teammate, you have to go again.
That's
And go
so
stand on that crown.
crazy.
They just vacated.
No doubt. No doubt. But
It's one thing I'd like that we didn't mention that Buzz can do is Buzz can jetpack around with allies.
Oh, yeah.
So that can be
Yes.
huge.
And he can pass through people too.
Yes. Well, not only can his movement pass through people for some of his cards, but also one of his attacks, his laser, is a line attack that just goes until it hits the
Until
edge of
the
the
edge,
board,
yeah.
and it will hit anyone in between.
yes.
So lots of cool stuff
Aliens and
there.
stuff, yeah.
And like I said, Elsa, the thing that honestly I like most about her is probably the scrying. I mean, most characters in this game have some scrying. She tends to have a lot of scrying, and looking at the next card and being able to do stuff depending on what it is just very useful. You know, especially in a game where you want certain cards in your discard pile to activate your abilities and stuff, right? To be able to activate your ultimate or whatever and stuff like that. Being able to look at the next card and
Well, like her show yourself card, right? You get to deal damage to somebody, great, you know, with a range of 2, but then also an additional movement phase and an additional action phase. Like that's not nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, they really bringing out some. My Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey might be falling to the wayside with some of these other characters now.
I've
Where's
also
the
noticed
patch?
there's a bit of balance. I mean, she has this invulnerable ability, while Buzz just pings people to death. So one hit, it's gone, and then
Right.
have everything else pile on.
Exactly. That is the most useful thing when someone's proccing invulnerables. You want to hit him with your smallest hit. Don't waste your 5. You know, don't waste Scar's ability on an invulnerable. Use
Right.
Buzz Lightyear's little ping. Especially like so, Buzz Lightyear is a card where he attacks and does 1 damage, then attacks and does 1 damage.
and attacks and- yep.
So guess what? First ping, the invulnerability's gone. Second ping and third ping go through. You know, like that kind of stuff is very well thought out as well. You're right.
And I like his that move through his activating crystallic fusion, where you can move through other rivals. And so if he passes through at least 2 characters, he gets to draw cards. So like moving, drawing cards. I mean, like they do give you a lot of interesting things. I feel like that they've done a really good job throughout this game so far, making all these characters feel thematic and like their own.
Like person.
Yeah, their own thing. They all make sense to them. And yeah, I'm really excited about what these abilities do and how these cards are how they play. And you know,
So the invulnerable was the only new like.
Yes.
That's
No,
like
and
the
constant.
oh sure. He meant
the
status
constant
effect, I
ability,
thought,
but the status effect is the
stuff-
new
yeah, invulnerable.
is the new one. Or invulnerable is the new status effect, and then the constant ability that
Is a new
Scar
thing,
has
too.
is a new thing. But the again, what all of these expansions do is it's kind of like here's 3 characters that you basically already know how to play if you know how to play the base game. But then we might sprinkle in like 1 new rule, right? You know, like
Yep.
here and there.
I do have 2 massive complaints. They're huge. Buzz Lightyear does not have a card called Karate Chop. What were you thinking? He's got Karate Chop action.
He does.
Everybody knows this.
See,
He's
another
got a
player has
galactic
to
punch.
activate
He
Does
it
have
in the
Galactic
back.
Punch instead. That's true. And Scar, this isn't actually a thing, but I was expecting him to have hyena tokens.
I was too.
Oh, sure. They didn't
and he
give him
He's
that.
got things that involve
Right.
yeah,
He
others.
clearly doesn't need them. He seems very good, you know, without it. But I was expecting him to have like 2 hyena tokens that he like controlled and moved around. And
I feel like
goose-stepped.
Scar. I feel like Scar looks at all of his teammates as
Right.
hyena tokens.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you're
And if he
right.
gets too many points, they turn on him. Oh.
Dude, that would have been a funny mechanic if instead of ever saying allies on Scar's card, it just calls them like hyenas or
Yeah.
whatever. It's just like it doesn't matter. He's teamed up with Buzz. He's just a hyena.
I will know. I did notice, and this is not anything that matters. Is like one of my Scar cards is like crooked.
Oh,
the
it's
close
printed
in.
off kilter a little bit.
Yeah, it's printed weird.
oh,
You
weird.
see that?
Yeah.
None of the other ones are like that.
Well, it's because Scar is
Oh.
like, you know, he's
Yeah, it's closed in.
he's a little off. Like he's a little off.
Off kilter.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
there's not a Mufasa. No, I would never say
Yeah,
that
so
name.
Yeah.
so we
Ooh,
don't know. If you can see, here you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's a little crooked. It's a little
I like
Yeah,
the
good
minis.
catch.
like that. But
It seems to me Elsa is also about timing. You have the ability to scry, so you can find out what you do. You got to time that invulnerability. You've got to time her upgrades and things like that.
Yeah, well, the thing is like a game like this, I feel like it's pretty easy to learn and teach, but then there's a lot of strategy hidden in, you know, like I kind of wish the board were more exciting looking. The board's not super exciting looking, but the way that you use the characters and you can find these crazy combinations of like characters that work really well together, or sometimes you just pick. You can still win and just pick 2 characters that you really like.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or pick a couple characters.
It is
you really
harder,
like.
but you totally can.
Yeah. Well, you know, because there is that like upgrade thing where you're getting rid of, you're banishing the cards from your discard pile, right? With the symbols to then be able to flip over your card. I think I've only ever upgraded a character like 1 time and still have done pretty well.
Hey guys, I'm Spencer from the Board Game Rundown. I wanted you to know that we have started a Patreon. Right now, it's $5 to join. It's going to help us a lot. We want to give you more content like this, and if you want more content like this, help us out. Like I said, it's $5 right now. It may start going up if we get a lot of people, so get in early, and it's exciting, so help.
I don't always just try to base my team selection just based on that. I'm more of them like, okay, I got a tank, I got a ranged person, you know what I mean? Like that kind of building of the team.
I accidentally made that fantastic team with Dr. Facilier and Maleficent because of all the magic stuff. I didn't do it on purpose.
We don't talk about that, Spencer.
Yeah, that's Bruno. That's a different expansion.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
Wait for that one.
That's where you get to see what the other player does, and then you can go back and retake your turn.
Okay, guys.
It's also the Justin
I was
mechanic.
going to say that Justin.
Who is your number 1 character you want in the next expansion?
Coming up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Who's your number 1 character you want?
I was going to ask the same question.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
what's your
beat
answer?
you to it.
So what's your answer then?
I have a hardcore answer. It's obvious for me.
Well, what's yours?
They brought him in Villainous, and it was amazing. I want Radigan.
Radigan.
I want Radigan so bad.
That is a good one.
Why not Basil?
Well, I mean, since it's Star Wars, I mean, does it have to be a cartoon? Why not bring in?
Well, technically, it has to be.
It's Disney. Sorry, why can't it be Star Wars?
Disney cartoon.
Well,
Right, because
that would be a
it's
different
from
game.
the app.
That's
It's
definitely
gotta
going
be
to come
a
eventually.
Bad Batch, right? It's
Any
a
of the Bad
cartoon.
Batch guys.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
And
you could
it
do like a
just-
whole box of all the Bad Batch guys.
Thanks for
right?
playing, Bob. So, Tim, what?
I'm kind of interested in Maui.
Yeah.
Just shape-shifting.
Right.
Yeah, that could be good.
Or having a card that, like,
Oh, yeah.
like your card flips depending on what form you're in, kind of
Well,
thing.
we joked about it, but the Encanto family could be fun, right?
Oh, sure.
'cause-
The whole family?
Yeah,
You play the house.
You just get different things. But the one I think I'm going to go for the deep cut is, and this would be like a 2-for-1 because I think you would just have them be the same, like, they would be 2 characters on one thing.
Jekyll and Hyde, what's going on?
It's the
upgrade.
Rescuers. It's the two.
Oh.
Because they're mice, right? You could do Chip and Dale like that. You know, you could do Chip
It's
and Dale
one
together.
on one side. When you upgrade them, it's the other one.
Oh, because it starts off with the Bob Newhart one, and then it goes to I forget the woman who voiced the female one. So because you get smarter, you get better. But no, I think that like something like that would be a lot of fun. I would like to see them. I mean, clearly they can do whatever they want. You know, as soon as that character pops into Sorcerer's Arena, they get the rights to make the board game version of that.
Yeah.
But I'd have to look into Sorcerer's Arena and like look at all of the characters available. But
Yeah, I just was
but
hypothetical.
if
I
we're
don't
just
know
gonna
who's
like
in there.
hypothetical go, so we got Bad Batch, I've got the Rescuers, we've got Radigan,
Maui.
Maui.
Well, okay, all your guys' are plural, so I'll say the Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah, just do a straight up Great Mouse Detective expansion. I mean, I could do like Merlin, right?
I was going to think Merlin as well.
Yeah, Merlin would be
I
a
want
good
to see a Merlin and Genie mashup.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Maybe the Genie would
come
be
out.
interesting.
Genie would be fun.
I'm Robin Williams Genie.
It's got to be the Robin Williams Genie.
Duh.
There's another one.
Yeah, no.
Who do you guys most want brought into this game? Whether you have whether you have knowledge about the app who could come, or if you just want to say a hypothetical like some people, then that's totally fine.
You know,
Hey, Disney money. Anything can happen.
that's
I
true.
said that's definitely gonna happen though. There will be this is going pretty successful, and it would be so easy to reskin. There's gonna be a Star Wars version eventually.
Yeah.
Like Tim's saying, this is because of the app, but the next one doesn't have to be right. The
Right,
next
right.
one can just be the same system, but Star Wars and but X,
Yeah, you could do
know,
Galaxy
everything
of
else,
Heroes
Yeah, they own.
like this
yeah,
very
true.
easily,
Good point.
you know.
Nice.
But also,
I'm
just so in case you're interested, They are doing a Road to Gen Con thing where right now where they are like touring around with this game and they're playing it in game stores and doing like tournaments, and then the winners get to go to Gen Con and then they're going to play in a tournament at Gen Con. Were you all right there?
Oh my god! Wait, the winners?
Well, I heard coughing. I thought Mike was here all of a sudden. But yeah, so they're working on organized play and everything for this, which I think is a really interesting and fun aspect of that. Because I used to play like HeroClix in tournaments and different things like that. So as they continue to build and develop that, I look forward to seeing what kind of prize support. I mean, a trip to Gen Con is pretty good prize support.
Right.
But yeah, I look forward to seeing what other characters are coming out.
Yep.
I'm really glad that this is still going because there's a lot of strategy here. This is a very accessible game, but again, I get satisfaction out of seeing the combos. And then if you love, the other thing is, by now there's definitely enough characters. You're going to be able to pick a couple characters that you actually care about and you're interested in.
Right.
So lots of good choices. Yep. Anything else to add before we?
Well, I was just going to say that don't forget that if you listen to all this and you're like, man, I should probably learn how to play that game, there is a link in the top of the video that will take you to the actual base game review, which will have some how to play in.
And then we've got Thrills and Chills, Leading the Charge, and I forget the name of the Moana
The Tide one.
Turning the Tide.
Turning the Tide. Yeah.
Turning the Tide. So that's got Davy Jones, Moana, and Stitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Thrills and Chills has the evil lady from Tangled, the Horn King.
Godmother,
and-
what's her name?
and-
Mother Gothel.
And
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Yep.
And so now we've got Buzz, Elsa, and Scar. Gosh.
In Uncharted Space.
Yeah. Scar's so cool. Okay, guys. So for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
Spencer.
Dan.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.